This is the last chapter of this semester. In this chapter, I would like to introduce business intelligence and business analytics to you guys. For this chapter, I did not strictly follow the textbook, but added some of the content outside of the textbook, because I want you guys to know some important concepts and ideas in this area. First, let's take a look at what are the questions business intelligence can help us to answer. Here are some examples of the questions. For example, what is the current status of the business? What is going well and what needs improvement? What are the business strengths and weaknesses? Are there opportunities for innovation or competitive advantage? How do we improve our decision making while we have more than enough information? Here, I want to emphasize that nowadays, information overload is a problem that most managers face on a day-to-day basis. Let's take another look at the questions that business intelligence can answer. For operational business intelligence, it can answer these kind of questions. What actions are needed? Where exactly is the problem? How many, how often, and where the product or services are needed? What happened in the past? For strategic business intelligence, it can answer questions like this. What is the best that can happen? What do we need to do to make the best happen? What will happen next? What if these trends continue? Why is this happening now? Business intelligence can also help us to turn data into knowledge and help us to make better decisions. For example, we have 3 pieces of data here: product A, product B, and customer Smith. After we store the data into a database in a structured way, we get the information, which is customer Smith buys product A. If we store enough pieces of information like this, we can use data analysis tools to turn the information into knowledge, such as 80% of the customers who purchases product A also purchases product B. Then, this knowledge can help us to make marketing decisions like offer product B to customer Smith because we know that his previous purchase is product A. Why managers need IT support? First, managers need to deal with a lot of complex issues, and the number of alternatives for decisions is increasing. Also, most decisions must be made under time pressure, and there is increased uncertainty in a very dynamic environment. This means your decision will be more complex, and you are going to need access to remote information, consult with experts, or conduct a group decision-making session. Here is a figure on decision support framework. You will see on the left axis, you have structured, semi-structured, and unstructured problems. If you go across the top axis, you will see operational control, management control, strategic planning. These are different kinds of decisions that managers need to make. Now let's take a look at problem structure, where decision-making processes ranges from highly structured to highly unstructured. Structured decisions deal with routine and repetitive problems for which standard solutions exist, such as inventory control. Unstructured decisions are intended to deal with fuzzy, complex problems. An unstructured decision is one in which there is no standardized procedure. In making such a decision, human intuition and judgment often play an important role. Typical unstructured decisions include planning new service offerings, hiring an executive, and choosing a set of research and development projects for the coming year. Semi-structured decisions located between structured and unstructured decisions, in which only some of the decision process are structured. Semi-structured decisions require a combination of standard solution procedures and individual judgment. The other assets across the top are the nature of decisions. We have operational control, management control, and strategic planning. Operational control executes specific tasks efficiently and effectively. Management control acquires and uses resources efficiently in accomplishing organizational goals. And strategic planning deals with the long-range goals and policies for growth and resources allocation. Now, we can take a look at how information systems can be used to support decision-making. For structured decisions, we can use information systems to automate the decision process. For the semi-structured decisions, we can use decision support systems and business intelligence systems to assist decision-making process. Although business intelligence cannot make unstructured decisions, it can provide information that helps decision makers to make informed decisions. Okay. Next, we are going to take a look at business intelligence applications for data analysis. We have 3 examples here. Multi-dimensional analysis or online analytical processing, OLAP, data mining, and decision support systems. Multidimensional analysis is also called online analytical processing or OLAP. We already did a lab exercise on OLAP in the past 2 weeks. From where we learned from the lab, OLAP provides the ability to sum, count, average, and perform other simple operations on groups of data. An OLAP report has measures and dimensions. Measure is the data item of interest, such as total sales, average cost. Dimension is a characteristic of a measure, such as purchase date, customer type, customer location, sales region. An OLAP report may also be called an OLAP tube because of the way it displays data across multiple axes. Here is an example of OLAP. Suppose Global Bike Incorporated is a company in the bicycle business. It initially buys and resells different lines of bicycles, and it sells to both wholesale and internet. It has sales organizations in Australia, Germany, and United States. It has different product groups such as city bike, kids bike, mountain bike, racing bike, so on and so forth. Using OLAP, this company can monitor its sales activities and answer these typical questions such as, which country generated the most revenue, which were the most successful product groups or products, which sales organization made the most profit, what were the revenues compared to the last year. For example, after data analysis, the company comes to the conclusion that San Francisco had about $1,388,486 revenue in May 2007 by selling mountain bikes. Previous example is a multidimensional analysis example. Multidimensional means a key figure always related to one or more objects. Here, the key figure is revenue. Object is month, year, sales organization, and material group. And each object has some values related to that object. Also, using one of the OLAP tools, the Excel pivot table, like what we did in our lab exercise 11, we can answer the question as, what is the revenue in each country in 2007 for this company? And what is the revenue in each country per month in 2007? Let's take a look at this three-dimensional cube. The OLAP allows us to view the statistics related to the combination of three dimensions: product group, country, and month. Okay, the next example of business intelligence application is data mining, which is the process of searching for valuable business information in a large database, data warehouse, or data mart. We have two types of data mining, unsupervised and supervised. For unsupervised data mining, analyst does not create a priori hypothesis or model before data mining, and hypotheses can be created afterwards to explain patterns found from the data. One example is cluster analysis, which is a statistical technique to identify groups of entities with similar characteristics. For example, it can be used to find groups of similar customers from customer order and demographic data. For supervised data mining, you usually develop a priori model to compute the estimated parameters of the model. It can be used for predictions such as regression analysis. This slide presents an example of how to predict number of minutes of weekend cell phone use by using a regression analysis. Next, we'll move on to talk about decision support systems. Decision support systems combine models and data in an attempt to analyze semi-structured problems and some unstructured problems that involve intensive user involvement. It can be used for three types of analysis: sensitivity analysis, what-if analysis, and goal-seeking analysis. Sensitivity analysis is the study of the impact that the changes in one or more parts of a decision-making model have on the other parts. For example, the figure shows a model for sensitivity analysis to study the effect of a change in interest rates on bond prices if the interest rate increased by 1%. So here we study the change of interest rate have on bond price. What if analysis is a model builder must make predictions and assumptions regarding the input data, many of which are based on the assessment of uncertainty futures. Goal-seeking analysis represents a backward solution approach. It attempts to calculate the value of the inputs necessary to achieve a desired level of output. Here is the conclusion of this chapter. We first introduced what are the questions can be solved or answered by business intelligence. We then introduced a framework for decision analysis, including problem types, decision types, and how we can use information systems to support different combinations of problems and decisions. And lastly, we introduced different business intelligence applications.